Hello students. Today we are going to discuss about the next topic of chapter 4, the electrical resistivity and the seismic method of geological investigation. Let us see what does these methods mean and what is the purpose of these methods. Coming to the first method, that is electrical resistivity method. This method will mainly involve the measurement of the apparent resistivity of the soils and also the rock, which serves as the function of depth or sometimes the position. Okay, this is what we do in the electrical resistivity method. We measure, okay, like what is the resistivity of the rock, which is a function of the depth or the position. Here, the resistivity of the soils is a complicated function of porosity, permeability, ionic content of the pore fluids, and clay mineralization. We have to understand that, let me repeat, the resistivity of the soils, the resistivity of the soils is a complicated function of, is a complicated function of porosity, permeability, ionic content of pore fluids, pore fluids, and clay mineralization. Okay, clay mineralization. So these properties are little bit very complicated to know. The most common electrical method used in hydrogeologic and environmental investigations are vertical electrical soundings, that is resistivity soundings, and resistivity profiling. Here for the hydrogeologic investigations, what are the two methods we used? Vertical electrical surroundings and resistivity profiling. Let me repeat. The most common electrical methods, the most common electrical methods used in hydrogeologic. Hydro means water, okay? And environmental investigations. Environmental investigations are vertical electrical. What are those? Are vertical electrical soundings, vertical electrical soundings, that is resistivity sounding. It is also known as resistivity soundings and resistivity profiling, okay? And resistivity profiling. These are the two methods which are used. So this is how the electrical method looks. This is the electrical resistivity. Here current electrode is fixed, the two sides. Here potential electrometer is also fixed. This is an instrument, okay? So what is the principle? Here the electrical resistivities of the subsurface formation may vary from one another if they aren't homogeneous and are studied with the help of the resistivity method. Okay, if the resistivity of the soils is a complicated function of the porosity, we have already learnt in the earlier slide. So in the case of resistive subsurface body, current lines move away from it, and in the case of a conductive subsurface, the lines will move towards it. Here you have seen, here they are moving towards. Okay, so here profiling and sounding are the two types of resistivity investigations. Here profiling is done to detect the lateral changes in the resistivity. Okay, done to detect the lateral changes in the resistivity. The same, this thrown light on the change in the subsurface lithology or sometimes the structure which is different from place to place. Sounding is done to determine the vertical changes in the resistivity. Why sounding is done? Sounding is done to determine the vertical changes. Okay, the vertical changes in resistivity. Okay, also in other words we can also tell that the study reveals changes in lithology at a particular place with the increasing in depth. Okay, let me repeat. In other words, this study reveals this study reveals the changes in lithology at a not only lithology, some methods at a particular place with increasing in depth. Okay, see this is how it looks, the resistivity method. The current will flow through earth. These are the current lines, these are the potential lines, the dashed lines are there. Coming to the next method, that is seismic method. This seismic method of study is mainly based on the principle that the subsurface rock formations will bear the different electric properties. Okay. Because of this, the velocities of propagation of seismic waves to the subsurface layers of Earth suffer the reflection or critical reflection. Arrives at the surface of the Earth where they are detected by geophones. How they are detected? These reflections are detected by the geophones. Let me repeat. The velocities of propagation of seismic waves and the critical reflection arriving at the surface of the earth are detected by the geophones. From the time taken by the waves to travel to the subsurface formation and also from the seismic wave velocities of the media, it will take some time to travel. Okay, it is possible to determine the depth of various elastic boundaries. Let me repeat, it is also possible to also you have to remember that, and you should be careful in determining the seismic method, or we should understand that it is also possible to determine the depth of variation in elastic boundaries. Also remember, geophone is used for measuring. Geophones. Okay, also with the help of geophones fixed at the suitable intervals of the ground, we can also detect the different seismic waves which are reaching the surface. They are recorded from time of their arrival. Also we can record the time, that is distance curves are constructed. Depending upon those measurements, distance curves are constructed. The direct waves are the first to reach the geophones. Okay, remember, the direct waves are the first to reach the geophones than the reflected waves. Okay. Also, there is one important point you have to remember. Depending upon whether the reflected waves or refracted waves are used in the investigation, there are two types of methods, namely seismic reflection method and seismic refraction method. What are the two methods? Seismic reflection method, seismic refraction method. These are the two methods depending upon the quality of the wave. A geophone, an amplifier, and a galvanometer are the basic units required for the reflector or refraction wave methods. Okay. Here, seismic refraction studies are very effective for the depth which are more than 100 meters, but they are not suitable for the shallow or very low explorations. What about refraction methods? They are employed for the investigation depths from close to the surface to the several kilometers deep. Okay, shallow seismic refraction have also found effective application in the investigation of the suitability of foundation sites for the civil engineers. How they are used? Let me repeat. Shallow seismic refraction have found have found effective application in in investigating the suitability of the foundation sites for civil engineering. Okay, civil engineering structures. It depends upon the reflected and refraction wave properties. See, this is a geophone, how it is used. They are placed from one place to another to capture. This is the incident ray path. This is a refractor. So reflection and refraction of P and S ray paths are also associated with the wavefronts which are perpendicular to the ray path. Okay, this will be perpendicular. This is the interface between both the rays. This is a seismic reflection. When there is some disturbance, these are the seismic ray paths. And they are going to the seismograph. Seismograph is generated. These are the geophones where they are capturing. See, this is the disturbance which is created on the plate, okay, with the help of hammer. This is seismic refraction. You can see, okay. Again, geophones are kept and the disturbance is created on the plate with the help of the hammer. Thank you.